Let's just start with the NWO. What was going through your head when you showed up on Monday Nitro for the first time?
Hey, when I remember, it was Hulk. It was Hulk's action. Hulk was the main man in WCW. Okay, he brought all the characters in. Okay, he brought Ted and myself in. We were like number 5th and 6th. No. Let me take that back. We were number 4th and 5th coming in because Hulk was number 1. Okay, Nash was number 2. Hall was number 3. Ted DiBiase was number 4. I was number 5, and X-Pac was number 6. Okay, we made a whole change to the whole WCW program. We brought a thing in called the New World Order on Nitro. People were going cuckoo off of it. They were going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs off of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Right or wrong. Okay, we brought a whole new thing in wrestling, just like we brought to the WCW, and it was called the New World Order. We took one of their greatest stars they had there. Remember Sting? Am I correct? We had Sting hanging in the rafters, like he was like an eagle flying high over the whole program, checking out the whole program. You know what I mean? And Sting was one of the big men in WCW. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. You're right.
Okay. And then we brought in all the other greats that was here. The legendary Ric Flair. Okay, we brought our announcers came in. The announcers came from the WWF to WCW. There's no announcers no better than Bobby Heenan. There's no announcers better than Gene Okerlund. Where did they end up at? WCW. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right, but it's weird that came to the South when that's all the northern, the New York territory, New York this, New York that, but coming to the South, did the Southern fans, did they take to the NWO right off the bat, like, hey, I'm from New Jersey, I love the NWO because these are the guys that I grew up watching?
Hey, they love the NWO so much, man. I mean, I remember we went up to do shows. They ate it up. We went to Halifax, Nova Scotia to do shows. Guess what? They chewed it up and swallowed it like it was the hottest hot sausage you ever ate in your life. Okay, we went to Seattle. We went all the way down to Dallas, Texas, and they were loving it. We went to San Francisco. We went to Hawaii, and they chewed it up. And guess what? We went all the way over to London, England, and they were eating it like it was a hot dog on the 4th of July. See where I'm coming from? I do. Okay, all right. And people loved it. They loved it so much, they want more. Man, they used to be there with 2 TVs, one with WWF on it saying WWF Raw, the other one saying WCW Nitro. People were watching so much, the NFL was watching it. Major League Baseball was watching it. And guess what? Major League Football was watching it. I have football players coming in. Hey, man, first, we'd be watching you in the WWF or we'd be watching you in WCW, and we'd be in getting our ankles taped, our wrist taped, our elbows, getting massages, getting ready for the games, and we'd be watching the WWF or WCW. I heard the same thing from basketball players, okay? And guess what? I heard the same thing from baseball players.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. When you put that shirt on, that black and white shirt, I mean, it's like it transformed everybody.
The shirt that for us, okay, like the top 6, like Hogan, Hall, Nash, Ted, myself, X-Pac, man, we put that shirt on. The people went berserk. They love it. But still today, when that shirt's on, say if I wear that shirt and I'm going through an airport, or I got a sweatshirt with the NWO on, and you're going through an airport, you're walking down the street, and guys be like peeping on the shirt saying, yo, New World Order. Oh, shit, yeah, man. You mind if I get a picture with you, man? that was magical. That was like wearing a Super Bowl jersey on there. You mean from like whoever gonna win this year's Super Bowl, like New England or like Atlanta. You're having the Super Bowl shirt on, and you're wearing it around town. They see it, man. It brought back memories to it. People still today, man, they copy that shirt. I mean, you see copies of it. I seen a guy had a copy of it. I was in Chicago. It had whatever his little thing was. I think it was a restaurant he had. It was really good food. It was RGF. And it looked just like the NWO shirt. It was in black and white, but it said R really GF. It was, RGF. It was really good food, okay? But it looked like the NWO shirt. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone tried to just steal the patterns. And we used to do the two sweep thing with the fingers up, the two index fingers down and the two outer fingers up like that, and your finger wrapping with the finger that's down, your thumb is wrapping onto it. People do that, man. We were like the Bruno Mars going on stage, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we socked it to people, and people loved it, and we just sucked it on in and kept on giving more, and they loved it. We should have been at the Super Bowl halftime show, and I bet if we would have got over so big, it would have made history.
Oh my God! Can you imagine that, the NWO taking on like Sting and Luger in the middle of the halftime show, in the mid '90s? But
I mean, I wish we could have did a halftime entertainment. I bet we would have rocked it way better than Bruno Mars. What's the other one's name? They're out of England. I'm trying to think. There's one group out of England. Well, let's say the other group. The Beatles, okay? We would have been just like the Beatles. Can't beat that, can you?
Hell no.
No.
You think Beyonce put her show on? This the NWO. We would have put a show on, and we would have had 150,000 people, or 115,000, whatever they're stating the seat, and about 300 million worldwide saying New World Order. Too sweet for life. You see where I'm coming from?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they would have been loving us. People wouldn't even know. I mean, little kids would have been still in the mama's womb, would have been saying, coming out, the first word they would have said, it wouldn't have been goo-goo or mommy or dada. It would have been NWO. That is not New World Baby, New World Order. You see where we're coming?
Yes.
We brought a whole different line. I bet they were like high school and junior high students and even grade school students were coming up doing the NWO signs in school. You know? We made a big difference. Not only to from parents, I mean all the way down to kids coming up from kindergarten, the first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, all the way to high school, all the way to college. We should have been the teachers in the game because we taught them. We taught them in Raw, and we taught them in WCW.
And obviously, with the NWO, you made a transition from the WWF to WCW. You were Virgil, the bodyguard.
Yep.
You were Vincent, the head of NWO security. And obviously, you said Bischoff and Hogan, they bring you in. But what was it like? Was it an adjustment period going from WWF to WCW at that point and kind of being, becoming the quote-unquote Vincent?
I mean, the name Virgil was trademarked by the WWF or WWE, okay? The name Vincent was with WCW. So why not? You keep on rolling, man. Keep on going. It's just like being traded from the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay, to the New York Giants, okay, or being traded from the New York Giants to San Francisco 49ers, okay. You just got to keep on, just pick up the sticks and keep on moving. You know what I mean? You got to keep on rolling. What are you supposed to do? Lay back and break your tears down and cry? It's being like traded from Team A to Team B. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You got still.
Did you mind not? Did you mind not wrestling as often? I mean, you wrestled Starrcade '97, obviously in World War III, and sporadically here and there. But did you mind kind of that bodyguard role, not wrestling as often?
I mean, it didn't make no difference, man. Like you're really learning everything, all the aspects of everything in there, man. So when you do get in the ring, you're ready to rumble in the jungle. You know what I'm talking about? Because just many people dislike you by being the bodyguard as you can be in the ring, okay? And you can put a stern look on these people's faces and look at them, and you can bring the real nastiness out of them. You can make them say words that they didn't mean to say. It just came out their mouth. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? They can look at you and say, "Oh, I hate that mother," but deep inside them, they say, "Man, I really kind of like him a little bit. He got that thing about him." You know what I mean? So I know how to rock a crowd, man, and I could do it in WWF, and then when I came to WCW, it was just even more than just rocking a whole different way. And when you rock them a different way, they come out a different way. I mean, we were down like in different towns that the WWF didn't go to. Okay, we went to all them towns with WCW. Okay, they already had a lock-in all over Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. Okay, but now we're taking them to a whole different. There's different action. We're going to the state of Washington, the state of California. Okay, the state of Arizona, the state of Nevada, the state of Montana. Okay. We're going to a whole new level now. And even going to the state of Texas, you know? We were in Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, and we put the NWO fans up. And, man, you ought to see the Dallas Cowboys down there. When we went down there, man, they were like not the hook'em horns no more. It's just two sweet signs. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So you see, we made a big difference. We made a big difference in Dallas Cowboys, you know what I mean? When we went in and we had opening day down in NWO land in Atlanta, Georgia. We went to the Georgia Dome, okay? And we presented the NWO to Atlanta, Georgia. Okay? And WCW went buck wild, didn't they?
Insane.
Or we had United States going buck wild. Which one?
Everyone, yeah.
Hey, we loved it, man. And I loved doing it. Like, if I had to go back, man, I'd do the same thing all over again, man. You see where I'm coming from? When you're good, you're good. And when you're good, you're even better. And when you're even better, you make it better. And when you make it better, it's just too sweet.